Hello everyone, this is Christian Town Interactive, and in this video we are going to set up the page for us to search for things in our index. So we'll be able to type in a item and have it go to the database. Of course, we don't have it set up quite yet. We're also going to set up a few pages or a few classes that will help us convert an article that's in our database to an article that's contained within our search index. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to start by showing what I've already installed. So we need to install a few NuGet packages into our project, and they're all, well, there's 4 of them here from Lucene.net, and at least at the time of the recording of this video, they are in pre-release or beta. So you'll have to, if you're using Visual Studio, you have to check mark the little include pre-releases in the search list to get the correct versions. So we want, 4.8, not the, I think it's 3 something is the, non-pre-release version. So that's, we install those packages. Like I said, I've already gone ahead and done it. So let's go back in here and open up the right stuff here. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is to start by creating a new class here. And let's go in our folder and we put that in features. I'm going to create a new folder within the features there, and we're going to call it search. So if we're going to have search, we're going to need search results here. So inside of our search folder, we're going to create a search results result.cs class. All right, namespace web UI .features .search and public class search result. All right, so we will need a private variable, private read-only document. Import that here in a second. So doc. Let's get that from, and that's from the Lucene.net documents. CTOR public search results. Pass in our document. Come down here and set it. Spell right. Perfect. All right. So in terms of our document, we'll have a few, in terms of the search result, we're going to have a few things here. Obviously by the time we're done here, you'll see what they all represent, and you can add things, take them away, whatnot, all up to you. We're going to have a property, string, description, path. For some reason that does not look like it's spelled right. It's not sticking out to me exactly what's wrong with it. Whatever. So we have a description path. So in terms of what we did in the previous video, we had the article that we added to the database. That article has an intro, which I mentioned we're going to include in our index. And the path to that intro is what I'm calling description path, right? We may have other things in here, products, something, that you want to search for. So I'm trying to come up with sort of a, neutral name for it. So description path, prop, string, stop hitting tab so many times, link, href, maybe anchor href, who knows, right? So the location that if the user clicks on a search result where our application should direct them to read the whole thing. Prop, string, link, text, pretty self-explanatory there. And then we'll put a public void parse, and we'll take in an action. And the only thing that we'll do on that, I guess I called it parse action. what we'll do there is to say parse action and pass in the document to it. Bring in system there. So we have the search result. Sitting here staring at why am I up? Oh, I know what's going on here. So it's going to be and it's going to take in a document as a parameter there. Fix that in the notes. All right, so now our search result is done. What we're going to know, or hopefully at some point, if somebody searches for something, they're going to get more than one result. So let's create another class here in our search folder. So the search result collection. And again, namespace, UI, features dot search, public class, search results collection, private, it's going to have a list, another thing to fix there, so list of search results, call it data, of a prop, an int, a count. So we need, this is not a count of, let's go ahead and import this. We need a count of the total hits in the index. There's not a count of the amount of things that we're returning, right? We can have paging going on, right? So the first 25, next 25. We want to know that the total thing holds 500 results. So then we need a prop list search result data. All right, so data, format a little bit here. So on the get, all we'll do is have it do either data, or if that's nothing, what we'll do is say data, new list of search results. Perfect. And set here, it's just data equals value. That takes care of our search collection. And of course, we're going to need to be able to display this information to the user. So we'll go down to our pages folder here, and I'm just going to put it in the root of the application, or the root of the pages folder. So we'll choose new file. Start with the model first. So we'll say search.cshtml.cs. Namespace, web UI, pages, public class, search model, page model. Do our imports. Perfect. We'll have a prop. We'll have a search results collection. And I said results. Okay, and so we need to have, allow the user to tell us what they're searching for. So we'll create a property string search. We'll add a little attribute to this thing here. So we have a bind property supports get equals true. See if it tells us where that's at. Core MVC, that's right. And now we need to get, so void on get. For now, we are just going to say results is equal to a new search result collection, so empty there. So now let's have the page itself, so new file, search.cshtml. Why is it in there? I have no idea. Move it out. So now we're on the search. Don't forget, as I've often done when I've typed these things out myself, we have to put the at page there. And we're looking for a search there. Model for us is the search model. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of title here. So view data title. And we're going to say template string search for single quotes and model dot search. Perfect. So each one, I'll come down here and I'll say search for at model dot search. Each three found at model dot. Probably not supposed to do this. We should probably put a count on the model itself, but whatever. Count. So we got so many results. And we need an unordered list. We'll put it in here for each. Dot results dot data. Again, probably should have a property on the model to surface this, but so we'll have our element. We will say the href is going to be at result dot link href. Inside there, a div at result dot link text. And I just show, there's no real reason other than the way it looks. We'll put the link href below it. You know, who knows, maybe somebody would want to copy it in or something. So we'll do a partial here. And like I said, we have included in our result the description path. Well, everything looks okay, maybe. So we should, actually I'll probably have to stop it again, but let's just type search test. Error occurred. So I'm thinking from reading that, hopefully we'll just stop the server, start it up again. It'll fix itself. I don't need to do anything else. Let us stop the server on the wrong one. There we go. Now, once again, cross fingers. There we go. So, you know, obviously, first of all, we're checking to see that we can actually get to the page itself, but we're also seeing that it's binding what we're asking for. So I've typed test, it's search for test. Search for article is search for article. Obviously, we aren't displaying any results yet. Let's go ahead and close those files there. All right, so now we need to say what we're searching for. Let's go back to the features, search page, or search folder here. So I said, you know, in our case, we're searching for articles because that's what we've already done. But, you know, you might search for something else. Like I said previously, you know, maybe you have some products or applications you want to be able to search for. So we'll sort of unify this a little bit. What I'm going to do is include or add a folder inside the search folder, I think. Yes, and I just called it Searchables because I couldn't think of anything better to call it. And inside of that, we're going to create a new file. We're going to call it searchable.cs. So we're going to create, well, first namespace webui.features.search. dot searchables. All right, so now we'll create a public. I'm going to create an abstract class called Searchable. All right, so I'm sort of allergic to handling and dealing with strings in my code. I almost never want to do it. So one of the things we're going to do to deal with this is create a dictionary. And, you know, when we're creating the index and searching for things in the index, Lucene uses strings. We tell it, hey, we're searching, we want to look for a title which has this word in it. So we say title in the word. So we need to tell it these fields that it's looking for. So public, static, read-only, dictionary. I need to stop using this thing here. Well, actually, before we make the dictionary, let's come down here. Public, enum. So we're going to put the fields that we're going to add into this thing. So in our case, we'll have a description. We'll have a description path, href, ID, and title. So our dictionary will take in the field and spit out a string. So that'll be a new dictionary. Oh, what did I call it? I called it field strings. So it's going to be the same type of dictionary. We'll populate it here in a second. Import our generic collection. Too much JavaScript. Come down here. So we'll have field dot description, and that one will be description. And we need 4 more. So we need a description path. So we'll make that a path. We also need href, ID, and title. So change these. Perfect. All right. So now we do have a, we'll see it, actually we'll see it here real shortly. There is a difference between information that we just want to have stored in the index and things that we want to have tokenized and ready for search. So for example, for a title, we want to have it tokenized, split up into individual words so that we can search for the words. The description path, we're not going to want to search for that, but we do want to hold it in the database so that we, or in the index, so we don't just have to travel to the database to get it in the first place. So there's a difference between, just stored and analyzed. So what we're going to do is create another public static read-only dictionary field. It's also string, and I call it analyzed fields. Oops, equals a new dictionary. And for us, what we're going to need is 2 things in here. So field dot description, and then we'll just go up to the field strings here, and we'll get it from field dot description, and we need field dot title, field strings title. All right, so now we're good to go. All right, what we need now is to add in the properties that everything is going to need, and I don't want to type these out again. So everything that inherits from Searchable here is going to have to give us a description path, and blah, 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 right? And the last thing that we're going to need to do then is, what I want to know is we need to convert this to something that Lucene uses, and we'll see that here. So we'll say public enumerable and because of the way I've done this. Now I'm not sure what these inherit from. Let me hold on 1 second. See how fast I can find it. There it is. Okay. So those are indexable fields. So let's go back in here, and so we want those. We'll say get fields. Perfect. And let's import here. So that's the Lucene.net.index. Perfect. And now we need to make our fields here. So we'll say return new Lucene.net.documents.field. And it's a field array. All right, so we have a new text field. Text field from Lucene.net documents. And we'll do the analyzed fields. Well, we'll do field description, field.description. Of course, we'll put the description in that we have. And then this will be Lucene.net.documents.field.no. So again, N-O, capital N-O. So again, the description, in our case, is the intro to the article. We don't need to save the actual intro in full. We'll just look for that. We'll just pull that in from the page itself. So we don't need to store it, but we do need to index it. So we have that. I'm going to copy in the next one. So we have the title. We have a title. We're going to say store that title. And we're going to boost its relevance. So if a word is in the title, it's more important than a word in the description. And let me copy this one in. So you can see that we've gone from text field to string fields. So the text fields are the ones that we're doing the analyzed. String fields are, just the things that we need to have stored within the index. And if you look at the documentation, you'll see that there's an int32 field. And I said to myself, hey, this is when I was pulling this thing over. int32 field, I have an int32. Let's put that there. Don't do it. It works fine until you want to delete something, and I couldn't for the life of me get it to delete something the way it's being stored in, in the index. But of course we say store that ID, and we'll just copy in the other two. The description path and the href all being stored, or both being stored. Put our semicolon in, and those are our fields. And the last thing that we are going to do here is to actually take this. So we have the searchable abstract class. Let's come in here again into the features, searchables folder, make a new file, and we'll say searchable article. And namespace WI dot feature search dot searchables public class searchable article. It's going to inherit from searchable. Let's give all the stuff that we need. Implement things there. So here's what we'll do here is to say constructor searchable article. We're going to take in an article, and we're going to take in the IView renderer that we made several videos ago. Web domain, and that one's in infrastructure. Okay. So the last bit, actually, I'm just going to copy these in. Should have just done that. So we don't have our exceptions going on. So we'll say description path, and that's going to be equal to template string and pages slash article slash intro. Take in the article ID. Perfect. So now we can say description path is equal to description path. We can say that the description is equal to view renderer dot renderer description path. Don't need a model out of it. Probably going to cause us a problem there. Probably set string. All right, and let me check that real quick. So we're almost done and we'll make a mistake. Yep, string, good. Description path, we'll have the href. That's located at article slash read slash article.id, or will be anyway. ID is article.id and title article.title. All right, so now we have everything that we need to add the article into our search index. And that is going to have to wait till the next video. So until then, I'll talk to you later. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. I know that your time is valuable. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and click the thumbs up button, as well as share the video with your friends. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. And once again, thank you, and I will talk to you in the next video.